Hey, what's up guys? Mike Red Fox here. In this video, we're gonna take apart and fix this like little over 3-year-old 1070 Ti that's been mining 24/7, 365 since I got it. You can see it's in pretty rough shape. All that oil that's leaked out, the fans are all broken. See, this one wobbles a lot. So let me still show you what I got here. So I got some new fans, which I was actually really impressed. I got them on Amazon and they came with the Gigabyte stickers on them, which is cool, even though this is a Gigabyte Aorus card. Still like it, so we'll figure that out. GPU has thermal pads in it, so I got a set of calipers so I can measure the thickness of those. I've never done that before, so we'll figure that out. And then I just got a whole bunch of different size thermal pads for this GPU. I think I have a good sense of what it uses based on some things I saw online, but there's just really not a lot of information out there. Got some alcohol to drink, to clean off the GPU, and these just are supposed to be for this kind of stuff. They just feel like toilet paper, so we'll try that out, clean off this GPU, and then we got some new thermal compound as well. So yeah, let's do it. Let's start opening this up, and we're gonna figure this out as we go. So let's, I guess, start with the obvious screws, which are back here on the back plate. So I see 4 here. I think this one is the first GPU I ever bought specifically for mining. I had a 1080, still have it. That was what I gamed on. And I started mining on that. I was mining like Zcash, I think, at the time, making like $7 a day in profit. All right, there's those 4. And I bought this card and put it in my PC, slotted it next to it. And just like the feeling of, wow, now I can get more Zcash or whatever I was mining at the time by adding a second GPU, that was one hell of an addicting feeling. I think I'm gonna strip this whole thing down so I can see we got some screws. You can see there on the HDMI and display ports. So yeah, I think my goal with this is not only to fix it, but to get it as much as possible as in like new condition. And then we'll obviously test it out when I'm done. See how we did. You can see the one screw, the first one I took out, is a bigger screw. Looks like these other ones are probably the same. If you're taking apart anything, GPUs, computers, really make sure, really make sure that you're keeping track of your screws and where you're putting them. You can just simply do like a piece of paper and draw some outline of your GPU or something on it, just to get a sense of where they are, because it makes putting it back together a lot easier. I'm trying not to get all this oil over me. I think I probably have to do this DVI port. So let me find the right fit for that. Nope. Nice. And then eventually I'm going to sell this GPU. I keep saying that and I haven't done it yet, but it needs to happen. These are going for way too expensive, in my opinion, on eBay, just because of how hard it is to get these things right now. Almost. What else we got? So we got screw right down in there. Let's take that out. Cool. So there's the bracket. Took that off. Keeping track of my screws. Okay. Alright. I think that will help me remember. What else? So that's all the obvious stuff. I wonder if I can get this cooler off now. I don't see anything else holding it on. Yep, there it goes. Let's see what this thing looks like on the inside. You know what, let me get these cables out. Careful with these, by the way. Especially if it's older, they can be in rough shape. So, alright, so this is the cooler side. You can see the thermal pads just disintegrating. So we got thermal pad here. Those are really tiny. Here, here. These are thicker over here. Look at all that. Yeah. Look at all that dust caked in there. Okay, so that's the cooler side. Here's the actual PCB. See all the oil, all the dust. Thermal pad like just stuck on there. Paste, super dry. This is where the other thermal pads go, over there. Good thing I took that off. See all the dust in there. All right, last thing we got to do is get this back plate off. So let's go ahead and do that. At least on this side. Then we got to do some other stuff with this cooler. Get access to the fans. So I see one screw here. Let's put those up there. I see a screw here. Here. These all look like the same size. And here, underneath all this grime, oh man, can I even get a good grip on it? You know what? Try going up a size bit here. Yeah, there we go. That's the right size. Yuck. Alright, so that should be backplate. Alright, 1, 2. I don't see anything else. Yeah, it's just so stuck. Some thermal pads on there. Look at all that oil, man. Just from years. Ooh, we're gonna clean it all up though. We'll get you pretty again. These thermal pads look like they're in good condition, actually. That's interesting, right? It's like cut out. I'm gonna leave these. These feel good. No reason to replace those. Okay, so that is done. Let's move that out of the way. And let's get to this cooler. So I definitely gotta get these fans out, which I see screws in there. But I imagine this plastic housing is on here too. So yeah, okay. So you can see in there screws. So let's take those out, see what we get. One. Two. Okay, gotta remember I should have kept track of these in a better way. I think I got it. All right, and then looks like other side too. 1, 2. Let's see if that gets this cooler removed from the fan shroud. That screws inside there, so we'll have to find that. Okay, these all look the same as well. There's these screws, but no, that's all we need to do. Okay. Where'd that screw go? I'm sure it'll turn up. Look how nasty that is. Oh. So all that dust in there. Okay, alright, for real, where's that screw? Oh, there it is. Get over there. Alright, so that's cooler. And then, so last is fans. So it's just gotta be these screws through here. You can see, I guess this is pretty standard. Right in there. Take those out. There's 3 of them per fan. Cool. That's all 3 screws. Fans are just kind of falling out now, so what's holding them in? Just the cables that are kind of routed. I should probably remember this. Well, I guess I'm recording a video, so I can always go back and look how these are routed, but here we go. There's 1. There's 2. Pretty straightforward. 3. Okay, and then these disconnect here. Alright, that's all the fans out. These are trash. That's the screws holding in. That's like the RGB on the side, so I'm fine with that staying. And I think we did it all. I don't see any reason to take these out. I'm not really sure what that would gain me, so they're staying. So that's it. This GPU has been disassembled as much as possible, as far as I know. So then what we're going to do now is I'm going to take a quick break, and then we'll get back and start cleaning this up. All right, we're back. I'm going to blow out the gunk on these. I'm just going to do it into this box that I have so it's not all over my basement. So let's do that first. I don't want to blow all my screws away. That would be bad. Alright, what should we do next? Ugh. I think next I want to get the thermal pads measured. Again, these ones look like they're in good shape. These are probably, I mean, let's measure the other ones. So these are really thin. They're not even measurable thin, so I'm gonna say that those are probably maybe 0.25. Did I buy some of those? I don't think they come thinner than that. 0.5 maybe? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. So let's measure these ones and then we'll know those ones are thinner. All right. Got calipers, turn it on. Gonna zero it out. I'll pull it down slowly. Insert thermal pad, and they're squishy, so I gotta do this. Okay, so you can see those are 1 millimeter. All right, so we know those. And this other one is the same, which is just crumbling. These gotta be maybe even 0.25. I don't think I have any of those. So we'll figure it out. But they gotta come off. They're disgusting. Definitely forgot to put my grounding strap on, so let's throw that on. All right, I think what I want to do now is clean up a little bit. And then there's no reason for me to have this backplate off anymore. So what I'm going to do is just clean up the backplate with some alcohol and then get this PCB back on there because those thermal pads are staying. So again, it's going to clean all that up. I'm going to clean this whole thing up. All right, we're in pretty good shape. That looks much better than before. I mean, it's not perfect, but much improved for sure. So we're gonna head and move on to the next step, which is I wanna get this backplate back on to the PCB. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, now let's clean up the top side of the PCB here. We're gonna get that thermal paste off, all the rest of the thermal pads, all this gunk down here. So we're gonna do that with some alcohol and some of these wipes. All right, well, it's still drying a little bit, but there it is. all cleaned up. Here's the GPU. And got all that gunk out of there that was just built up along the edges. Looks pretty good. So I'm gonna keep cleaning, and then we're gonna start putting thermal pads on, get the new fans in, and put this thing back together. Man, this is gonna be a long video. I don't know how I'm gonna edit this. Let's keep rolling. Alright, let's figure out these fans. That was the whole start of this thing anyway. So I got these fans off Amazon. They're pretty cheap, like $15 I think. And let's get them installed and wired up here. So what I'm going to do, I think, is just get these disconnected. And then I'm going to slot these right in here. And so these cables will run just like that. And then also run in here. Oh, yeah, so let's do that after. First fan's in, let's test it. Oh god, that's so much better. Okay, 3 fans are in. I feel really good. Now I just got to connect them in the back with this fan harness that it came with. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, well, it's the next day because my camera battery died, so let's keep going. I got all the fans in. Looking good. Cables routed underneath. So I think next step is getting this cooler back on. So let's do that. Alright, next is thermal pads and thermal paste. Let's do that. So we gotta do just like 0.5 here, here, and here. And these are 1 millimeter. We'll do here and here. Got the 0.5 millimeters on. It looks like that's definitely the right size. And now I'm going to do the 1 millimeters, which go here and here. Alright, thermal pads are in. Man, these 0.5 millimeter are no fun to work with at all. They are super thin. It's like some kind of weird gender reveal party. I don't know, open your GPU to find out. So next step is paste, thermal paste on the chip, and then put this thing back together. See if it works. Alright, she's back together. I don't have any screws left, so I think I did alright. Just gonna give this one more wipe down. And then what we're gonna do is get it slotted in, and we'll test it. Fan's much better. So we'll get this slotted in, we'll test it out, see if everything works, see what kind of temperatures we get. And I have another card, the same exact card, almost the same exact age, that I haven't touched at all. Maybe we'll just do some comparisons of what temperatures they run at, really kind of before and after doing this work. So give me a second, and we will do that. Alright, there's the 1070 Ti that I just put back together. It's loaded in my test bench here, and it's time to see if it works. So let's take a look here. I'm going to fire it up. We'll see if those fans spin. Let's see if I fix this GPU or not. Alright, let's see. Alright, we got some fans spinning. 1, 2, 3 fans spinning. Feeling good already. And we got some video coming out here. Yeah, thermal pad sticking out. Hope that's alright. Okay, logging in, and we are going to see if this thing hashes. We should get somewhere between like 28 and 30 mega hash on it. So let's see. I'm going to load up Afterburner here, and I'm going to load up T-Rex, and we'll just start mining to this default ether mine using T-Rex. Let's see, is that going to load? Yeah, okay. And I think, if I remember, this can do like 400. Okay. On the memory, and then probably like negative 200. I can't remember the power limit. Probably 60. Let's see what kind of hash rates we get on this thing. Make sure that I put this back together okay and didn't damage it while I was doing it. Fans are still spinning. Alright, that's loading up, and I have another of this same GPU right there. So I'm really curious to put those head to head with each other and see what the temperature differences are, since this one's been fully cleaned out. It's got new thermal paste, new thermal pads installed. I'm really curious. Alright, so there we go. We got 28 mega hash. Feeling pretty good around that. I think I pulled the power back too much. So maybe 70 is where these like to be. But that's good. It's up there. It's not like 3 mega hash, then I would be in for some trouble here. So feeling good. We'll let that refresh one more time, but I think this is a success. This is my first time taking apart one of my old GPUs. Got a bunch of them there and really cleaning them up and giving it some love and getting it hashing. I mean, it looks really good. There's not a single speck of dust left in this thing. Let's see, 28.3, 125 watts. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good with that. 28.7. Yeah, the 1070 Ti's will do like between 28 and 30 mega hash at around 125 watts or so. 29 mega hash. So I'm feeling really good about that. So I guess the only other thing for me to do is, as we look at the temperatures, 62 degrees Celsius, is maybe put these head to head with each other and see if the work that I did really helped this GPU out. I mean, it definitely did because there's fans that got replaced, but let's do that. Let's put them head to head with each other and do some comparisons. Well guys, sometimes things in life don't always turn out the way you expect. So right now I have the old Aorus 1070 Ti that I haven't touched, haven't cleaned. It's super dusty. You can maybe hear the fan is rattling. Then you have this new, beautiful, new fans, totally cleaned up, rethermal pasted Aorus 1070 Ti. And what you would think would happen is you think that this GPU would run cooler than this GPU. So right here, this is the GPU I cleaned up, running 49 degrees Celsius while it's hashing. And that's that one that I haven't touched in 3.5 years, running 46 degrees Celsius. They're both running the same clock, same fan speed. They're both hashing around the same, but yeah, 3-degree difference. I really thought that spending all that time giving that GPU some much needed love would result in lower temperatures, but it hasn't. So who knows? Still really good temperatures. Everything's in a really great place. Those fans on that are whisper quiet, so really happy with this project overall. And that's what I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button if you did. Subscribe for more content specifically on GPU mining. Please take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And I'll see you in the next video.